Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on the #1 team in the land, the LSU Tigers. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So Vanderbilt, this offense will start this game off. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On the option. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch it.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
And the Commodores decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The LSU Tigers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage.
Unloads it downfield. And he grabs it at the 15. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great sailor. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. So keep your eyes focused downfield till the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. The Commodores will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Looking for a block. It's Anderson. He'll put them return to a stop at the 33 with the offense set up in pretty good field position. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all three levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Back to throw, it's Gus Meyer. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. LSU doing what it always does when they're really good, moving the ball on the ground.
Trying to find that physical. They get so many great players across the country. LSU has the pick of people in Louisiana. Everybody wants to come there, and you can take
going for it all. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Oh, he had him out there, and he was trying to compensate for that speed, but just a little too much distance.
That's just greased lightning. So you think, I can't overthrow this guy. I'm going to throw it out there and let him run underneath it just a little bit too far for the speedster.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. With the catch, it's Anderson. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Just beautiful. And that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously, not as good as doing it.
They get enough rush, and it pays off the sack at the 20. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. Looking to pass, it's Nussmeier. A shot toward the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, LSU!
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason is we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Army. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. The give to the tailback. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Wants to throw. It's Pavia. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in and week out, working on those critical down distances, 3rd downs. Having that conversion this early in the game, that's got to feel good for this offense.
And the Commodores getting set on 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Here's the handoff. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
I think the offensive coordinators are there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. Looking downfield, it's Bobby. They're bringing heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and his defense gets the ball back to its own. And the quarterback just couldn't bring himself to pull the trigger and get rid of the ball, and they knock it free.
So let's give the secondary tons of credit, right, Reese? They were doing an outstanding job in the back end, in coverage, not allowing any receivers open. And that's why the QB had to keep holding it and keep holding it. That allowed the pass rush to get to him, and that created the turnover.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I give credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pitch. Nice catch.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people will see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Using his legs, it's thorough. Can't get him to the ground.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have some threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it. Now it's just a passing game.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage trying to throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. LSU lining up first and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into the season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brown. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time is... And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. The Commodores moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Oh, and those are those where you're just looking at your hands, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. Dang it, I should have caught that. Nice play, break on the football. That could have been a house call. That could have been a game changer, but just couldn't secure the interception.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
They get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. Past the 30, the 20. Touchdown Doors. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turned on the Jets, making the big play.
That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Offense set on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Handoff from the gun. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered out.
Got it in the middle. It's Anderson. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. Off play action. Makes the catch. It's Lacey. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the... Going for it all. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy shows you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack from getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in Death Valley than you? A captivating game so far. 2 quarters of both sides feeling each other out. and it's likely to come down to which offense can find a way to generate some big plays. Adjustments will be a part of it. Maybe it's time these typically conservative play callers open up the playbook. Nothing crazy, but a calculated risk here and there to try to gain an edge in what's been a stalemate. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Got it behind the line. It's Durham. On the move at the 30. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They'll go back to work after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 36. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. And he's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Tiger. And the punishment has been extended.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between them.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Alexander. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. And the Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with the lone back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Pavia. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack from this defense.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Out of the gun to give to the back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't hang on, and and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that pass is intercepted. Takes it the other way. At the 20. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down. They can be in position. They don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent.
Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit room so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some field goal. On the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
And he makes the extra point. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
LSU.
Looking for blockers. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Good enough for a first down.
Back to throw, it's Pavia. Tight end finds a soft spot. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Wants to throw on second down. Quick strike complete. And that play just looked to be a mess from the snap, and he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Finds a tight end. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. They are controlling the ball. 9th play of the drive. Now the play fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they can't make the play on third down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Fires to the wideout. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. Looking for a man. It's Pavia. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Vandy. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
PAT unit on the field. And it's perfect. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. South Carolina is ruling the roost right now. What an offensive showcase today. They can't be stopped. They're up by 38 over the Pandas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. At the 35, he's got room. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Man, this guy has had a tremendous season. When you're getting mentioned for the Heisman Trophy as a true freshman running back, that is absolutely insane. And you've seen it all throughout the years. The big plays, the explosiveness, the speed. This guy has been unbelievable.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Back to pass, it's Pavia. They're trying to get to him. Trying to escape and get it himself. Got room at the 35. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Trying to find his man on first down. And they got him for the sack.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. On second down, they'll take to the air. Zings it complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Got it in the middle, it's Bell. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the fourth quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story of the game, guys.
And here comes the offense on second down. To the air, it's Pavia.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Looking to throw it again. Unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. A handoff, keep working on that clock. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easier. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try the right side. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Tackle was made after the first down. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play?
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is